inaugurative government. The cabinet is formed. The names are sent into the Senate almost immediately. That is now, sir. Let me just say this. Most of the time, these people that you are seeing is when they go into government 6 months, 7 months. This is 2 years plus that this government has been in power. No ambassadors. Whoever does that?
Who does that? According to that week, who does
that?
No, sir.
I like
who does that? Okay, in the continuation of who does that, Dele Momodu took a strong swipe at our first lady, asking if a governor who is a Muslim was reciting Quran, if she could still go there, to ask the governor to stop talking and stop praying or stop doing something and hurry up or things like that. That what she did against Governor Deleke was really something terrible, and it shows much of her character, and such things shouldn't have happened, especially when she says she's a pastor and the governor was just singing, praying to God, communicating with God, and a first lady, my mother, is coming to stop him from moving forward. He took a swipe that these people should know that the first family should understand that there is limit to everything and there is end to any power.
You see, for the first time, I will give kudos to Dele Momodu. He had just spoken like a man. People should stand up and stand up to those in authority. You see, the first lady, there's no provision in our constitution that give room for operation to the first lady. The first lady has no constitutional provision or office to operate with. It's just a wife of the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and it ends there. The place of a wife in the African culture remains in the man's heart and not in the man's office. You see, until Nigeria begin to stand up and speak to power, truth to power, nothing will happen. Because come to think of it, the governor of Osun State took the podium, and is the governor of Osun State. This event was happening in Osun State. It's within his domain. He's the head of the government of Osun State, and there was an event happening, and he was invited as the chief executive governor of Osun State, and he took the podium to introduce his wife, and the wife of the president humiliated him before the world because the event was before a global audience. This is beyond becoming of Mr. President's wife. This is not the first time. Mr. President we were told that Akpabio on the floor of the Senate saying that our mother is inviting us to a dinner. Is she the mother of the Senate? She's taking more than what she is until they realize that they are not the owner of this country, because they are acting as if they are the owner of this country. Few days ago, Professor Woloshika had to speak up on how the president's son is behaving before the society, as if the president's son is a presidential office with battalions of soldiers.
All right, like I said, there is end to every power, and there is the end to your analysis on that matter has come. So let me talk to you.
My mother normally used to say that there's none of you that has cut my head that he injured me in the head. Neither Dele Momodu, nor the president's wife, nor the governor of Ogun. They've all injured me.
But on this particular matter,
when Governor Deleke
practically praying. He
was praying a part of the occasion. That's what we should look at. Of course, there are things that the president's wife shouldn't have done, but the occasion also, there's a way occasion should be done, the way it should go. We should not take it as it always should go.
But that time he was speaking, wasn't it time for the governor to speak?
It was, of course, I don't know. Yeah, exactly.
He didn't hijack the mic.
But you see, looking at what was not said is what I'm looking at. I said yesterday, and I still maintain my lot, that the governor, what did he go and do there? What did he go and do there? The occasion is done in your state. It doesn't concern you.
Is it the governor or the first lady?
I'm talking about the governor. What did he go and do there? Yes,
he was invited.
And you can say I don't. You see, it's a political.
He was already invited. He was already there.
I agree with you. Okay. I'm saying it on my own part. What he should have done, even because they are not on good terms.
But now I'm asking you the interjection of a governor that is practically praying.
Yes.
That Dele Momodu has said that is unbecoming of a first lady who especially calls herself a pastor, or even people call her a pastor of Redeemed Church of God. And he puts forward a question that if a governor who is a Muslim was reciting Quran, will he do that? Would she do that?
Okafor, you are just whipping up.
Not whipping up. Analyzing what Dele Momodu said.
Let me talk now.
Tell me what Dele Momodu said. Whether the governor should have been invited or not, he was invited. It was already.
I'm not even talking. No, it's my flaw. 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 Don't interrupt me. You are whipping up emotion.
No, not emotion. Hold on. Dele Momodu said something. I want you to speak on what he said. That's what I want to speak on. Now you were talking about whether governor should be there. He was already there.
I'm not even talking about whether he's there or not. Yeah. Now, the way you are talking that he's praying, was he called to pray? He was called to say something.
Okay.
Now, saying something. I'm not saying
the first lady was right to go and stop.
No,
so that's
what I'm saying. That there's none of them that has acted right. Neither the man or the woman or even the Dele Momodu that is working. Which one of them love Nigeria so much?
We are not talking about loving Nigeria. Dele Momodu is talking about the man who is the governor.
We are talking about the message. The message
talking.
Yes.
And he's praying.
Yes.
And the first lady goes there.
Yes.
And went back again.
Yes.
I don't know if you watched the video.
Yes.
To interject him when he was communicating with God and asked a question. If a governor who is a Muslim is doing that, if the woman would have done so.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That number one, the woman going there to stop him was out of point. Number two, him that is praying, was it time for prayer? Number three, you say if it was a Muslim, well, that's where we find ourselves this day, as in Muslim Christians.
That's what I wanted to get from you on that. But it's like you were trying to say something when he was talking.
You see, what has happened, you see, when something is wrong, it's wrong. When something is right, it's right. He's trying to say that neither Dele Momodu nor Adeleke or Remi is correct. You see, we must say the truth. The first lady has erred on this matter. Adeleke was not praying. It's his own style. He dances whenever he comes to occasion. And
I thought he was praying.
He was only praising God before he introduced his
praising God is prayer.
So there's nothing wrong. That's why the question, posed by Dele Momodu, if it to be a Muslim governor from the northern part, had that kind of audacity to go and stop him, the answer is no. He won't pay. You see, until we realize that this country belongs to every one of us, and the law is applicable to everybody on equal terms, we will not move forward.
Okay, I don't think the first lady herself thinks she has done something right. There is a statement she released sometime, though not directly addressing this issue, but immediately the matter, I think that was the day after the matter, where he said people were concentrating on small missteps. I mean, she recognized there was a misstep, and anybody that is praising God is also praying. Praying is communication with God. It comes in worship, it comes in whatever. And a governor of a state is talking, going to interject him is what Dele Momodu felt it was not okay, and that's what we're talking about. But I want to shift with you to P2B taking a swipe at Asiwaju's government. That Asiwaju said they have hit the revenue shot, they have exceeded it. I mean, even though Asiwaju didn't say they have done that, Nigerians are looking at it. You removed subsidy, you floated the naira. The money, how much were we paying for fuel before you came in? About 165 naira, right? Now it hovers between 9 something, maybe less than 1,000, but between 950, 940. We have had
more than 1,000.
Yeah, there was a time it was 9, but now it's below 1,000. So, I mean, that's a very wide bracket.
The margin is huge.
It's high. And you can go and check our unemployment. It's not better. Insecurity is not better. Especially when they say insecurity and welfare of the people. By removing this subsidy, you have actually touched the welfare of the people. You have made the people not to enjoy what they are enjoying.
It affects everything.
This is contained in section 14 of our 1999 constitution as amended, that the security and welfare of the people shall be the primary assignment of the government. So the welfare of the people, that's what we're talking about, the subsidy. They do not know that you could breach the constitution by not considering the welfare of the people. Everything is not about economics. And now that it's like economics has gone wrong, P2B is saying, you told us that you have exceeded revenue. How come local contractors, you've not paid them? What's happening? Over 2,000 people were protesting the last hour, and I can tell you, authoritatively tell you, that at many departments of government, agencies of government, parastatals of government, they are also owing people, and they are not even among those. They are not among those people protesting them. Maybe they are just trying to manage them and use their legwork to. Some people have finished their jobs over 3-4 years in certain agencies. They have not paid them. How come you've met your revenue and people are being owed? And these local contractors are the ones that pay school fees, buy rice, do all this, and those are the ones that ensure that money circulates in the country, as against the foreign contractors that just do one project, push all the trillion, then they catch our money and go. Peter B is saying, are you lying to Nigerians?
A House of Rep member came here yesterday and told us on record that the 2025 budget has not even started being operated on. What we are still operating on is 2024 budget. Now, having said that, how much can we say of this government? I will say categorically and be emphatic, this government is a total failure. In every ramification, in every way that you see it, and the ones that have failed most are the governors that are supposed to be people that other people are supposed to look into. Peter Obi don't need to say it. We feel it, we see it, we experience it on a daily basis. Taxes now, people are suffering after removing subsidy, after removing floating the naira. Now you are taxing people to their bone marrow. I don't know if you heard the statement of airline operators telling you, because the people are complaining and the House have to summon the Minister of Aviation to come and tell us why there is a skyrocket in aviation fare prices. And he said there's nothing they can do. And the airline operator said if you remove the taxes by government, the prices will come down. And I checked a ticket I bought the day before yesterday, and it's there. They stated there. You see the taxes. Now, number one, where does these taxes go? I remember Omokri, when he was FRS chairman, she said, look, the way we can go to people and collect tax is as a result of the fact that these taxes are working for the people. They see it on their roads, they see it in electricity, they see it everywhere. Where have we seen the first subsidy? Nowhere. The only way we have seen the first subsidy is in the hands of the governor, where the governors are spending as the way they like. I mean, they do it the way they like. Insecurity is pervading us every day. I don't know if you saw the video of one guy that was a school teacher that was coming to Abuja that was kidnapping a pregnant wife, a 4-year-old son. These stories abound everywhere. It's not what you say, you people are always talking bad about Asiwaju. It's what we see. We are citizens of this country. We feel it, we hear it, we experience it. What do you want us to do?
All right. The nation generating so much, the nation owing so much. How do we balance such equation? This is supposed to be a time of abundance, time where we say, we are suffering too much to pay or buy for this fuel. We are suffering too much to buy dollar whenever you need it to import in it, because we practically don't produce too much with insecurity and with the inability to generate powers that we need. Our industries are not functioning, and the appetite to actually establish industry is not there, because how do you power it? Now that we import so much, we eventually would always need dollar. This dollar is floated, and the government is having all the money that they should have, yet they are owing local contractors, owing many things, and in some cases we heard that some areas they are owing salaries.
I don't know if you have had the word audio money. I think what the government has is audio money, because in August, if you think Obi just say what he's saying, in August the government celebrated having hit their revenue target for the year. If a day later the government went to the National Assembly for our approval to borrow money, the government has celebrated their target of revenue. Now, let me tell you what Obi is saying. Obi is speaking on behalf of the small, enterprises which is the nerve of the Nigerian business, the nerve of the economy of the nation. These small enterprises that does business with government agencies that are not paid, that are being owed. This is the one we feel like you rightly pointed out, not those who will take contract of trillions and the money is being carted away to abroad. Those money are not fed in the economy. He just spoke about the airline tax and all that. Let me shock you. There's a paper in the internet. Somebody is accusing the government for entering into partnership with France to consult and collect tax on behalf of this government, whereas we have such technology within the country owned by Nigerians. The government has refused to patronize.
We have Pestac, we have Flutterwave,
exactly. But the government shows France. Why France? At this time,
and let me come to you with that accusation. If France become the one to manage our tax, or a company from France, of course, that's France, become the one to manage our taxation with our debtor, isn't that loss of sovereignty? Because by the time you take the tax details of your country to a foreign power, you've lost your sovereignty to that country. Will Nigerians accept that?
I really wonder when we started shifting to France. I don't know what he has with France. That's the president himself. I'm very shocked that it has not become France. He told us that France gave a note verbal to him to preserve the government in what's it called, in Benin Republic. Now we have Nigerians are the most intelligent anywhere you can find in the world, and we have local industry that can manage what you are giving to France. Now, for what reason you are giving it to France, we don't know, but of course it's an abnormal situation.
All right, I will come to you on that. We don't know when suddenly France is beginning to be allowed. We used to hear UK, US, and China. France has joined the queue and maybe leading the foreign voices that talk to us in Nigeria. We'll be right back very shortly.